What is up, guys? Welcome to
What's
episode
going on?
21 of the Fielder's Choice podcast. I am Dan Field. All the way to the left, we've got Matt Giblin, and in the middle, we've got Mrs. Angie Santomato. What
What's
is up,
up, guys?
guys?
What is up? Happy
21,
Sunday.
21.
Yeah,
Roger
21.
Clemens,
21.
Yeah.
Clemens Day.
Who else?
the Rocket.
Who else?
Roberto Clemente.
Oh, was
Oh,
Clemente
nice.
21 too?
Yeah. Who
That's
else?
a good one.
I actually didn't know that.
Who else was 21? Why can't I think?
No, I can't either.
I know.
Wow. I mean,
Those two I know.
yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I was
with
thinking
the
Rocket.
with the numbers questions. Yeah, I always think of Clemens. How can you not? From Boston. Dan, you've got some big news this week.
Yeah. So what?
What's going on?
We took a week off, right? So it's been.
Yeah, we took a week off.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
So
happen?
I guess a lot, a little bit.
Nothing much.
As you know, the playoffs were going on in the BMBL. A lot happening. I think we congratulated the Mocker Rays on the 18-plus champion last week.
Mm-hmm.
We got to congratulate the Bulls in the 38-plus. The Metro West, the Orioles repeated their fourth straight and 17th overall as a franchise. So congratulations to Curry
Congrats,
and
dudes.
Johnny Hayes on the 38th.
Hayes. Yep.
And then, as you guys know, my Senators were in the finals against the 7-seeded Expos. Who are kind of like the Cinderella story, the 7 seed, and they took out the top seeded Bombers and the number 2 seeded Spinners, and then they had to face us, the 3 seeded Senators, who hadn't won a championship in a long time, 22 years.
22 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've never won a championship in the 23 years that I've been in the league since 2002, and so we were up 2-1 in the series. We talked about, I think last time, Mike Smith, 3 walk-off RBIs, went 3-1.
Can I just tell you, Maddie Borges and I were standing on the side, like, what are they thinking? Why are they how are they going to pitch to him?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Multiple times. I mean, he was just on fire. Like he wasn't going to miss.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought
3
process
walk-offs
was with that, but we'll take it. At Sorrentino would have been coming up, and I asked him, obviously you thought they were going to walk him. You were due up. What was your headspace? He said, I was going to hit a bomb. so he was ready. I mean, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was game 4. We took a 2-1 lead in the series. Gib and Terrio called a lot of the games. Now, normally I'm on the other side. I'm live streaming the games.
All the games.
Because my team never seems to be in the finals. So it was a little weird, not being there to do the live streams. But, of course, we took a 2-1 series lead, and game 4 is Thursday night, which happens to be the same night as my 45-plus team, who also made it to the finals. We won it last year, my first championship ever in a men's league. So we were defending the title. We were down 1-0 to the Giants. So Thursday night we were playing game 2. While that's going on, my Senators, are playing 10 minutes away in Maplewood and Malden. And of course, we had the Red Sox Yankees that night. Which,
I know, it was a busy night.
And that game was probably third most important on my list on the night.
Yeah.
So I'm playing the 45-plus game, and I can't help but to, want to know what's going on with my Senators. So in between innings, of course, I'm watching the live stream, from the dugout, and they took a lead, and then we came back, and then they tied it, and I was just like, not only did I have the stress of playing in the finals, but the stress of watching the live stream, wondering what's going on.
And not really knowing what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I even checked the Red Sox score. I mean, guys in the dugout were, giving us updates. And
I
have
had
to.
your game on my phone and the Red Sox
I love it.
on like
Love
my
it.
big TV, and I was just like watching
Love it.
both.
And our game took forever. So we started at 8:00. You guys were supposed to start, or the Senators were supposed to start at 8:30. The lights went out, right? 10 minutes before game time.
There was an issue after the pop one, the lights went off at like 8:15, and they kicked back on around 8:35. So the game didn't start until like quarter
Oh.
9.
Huh.
And we still finished after they finished. So our game was still going on. And I have to apologize to my 45-plus teammates because it was the 7th inning, and the Senators were going to their last inning, 3 outs away, and we were down by 4 or 5. I had made the last out in the inning before, and I asked Bill Smeggs, our coach, and Todd, I was like, is there if I leave? And they're like, if you leave, don't come back, which I understand. But I wanted to be there so bad for the celebration.
Yeah.
You know,
You deserved it.
However many years I was on the other side, you know, filming the live stream, watching this team and that team celebrate all these years. I just wanted to be there to celebrate. So unfortunately, and then we started making a comeback in my 45-plus. So I'm like,
naturally, that's how baseball works.
Yeah.
But for a second, though, can we talk about those Senator Expos games? Those were amazing, nail biters. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm impatient.
That's okay.
Very impatient.
The series was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
Instant classic.
So good.
Easily some of the best baseball I've seen all year.
Yeah, they never went away. Like no game was easy.
No game was a blowout. What was it? 8 innings? No, 13 innings, 8 innings.
Yeah.
And what was the last one?
So there was 4 walk. We had Senators had 4 walk-offs in the postseason, 3 extra inning games, including a 12-inning game and a 13-inning game.
Yeah.
And an 8 inning game.
Yeah.
It's just an epic series. Even if you weren't playing, just to watch that. Even if
was
you're
so
a fan
good.
of baseball, it had everything.
Yeah.
So I'm watching, and our game finally ends. We're down to 3 outs, and I'm now driving or speeding to Maplewood, and I'm halfway there. And this was the call. So we were down. We were up 5-2 going into the last inning. They were down to their last 3 outs. They moved it to 5-4 with runners at first and second, because why not drama in this series? And this is how it ended.
See if Burrows can be the hero.
Wow. Is that Joe Castiglione?
Either way.
Give the best commentary.
We had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
Pumps a fastball. It's going to be lined to the second baseman. Henneberger has it, and the Senators have won it.
Wow.
Burrows lines out to Henneberger, and the Senators have captured the 28-plus finals.
Shit. I think I was asleep at that point.
And their first championship in 22 years.
What a game.
Do you believe it?
What a game. What a series.
What a series.
So I see that. I'm about 5 minutes away from the field with champagne in my car. And I probably set the record for the fastest drive from World Series Park in Saugus to Maplewood Park in Malden.
Dude, D, I'm just glad you didn't get pulled over.
Yeah, me too.
Seriously.
So I didn't make it for the team picture, but as Angie pointed out, I photoshopped myself in there. I think I did a pretty good job.
To be honest, you didn't really look like it wasn't an obvious Photoshop. It was just oh, why is the light a little different? Like,
I tried.
You could not tell.
Yeah.
I had a bad knee, but.
Yeah. And I had my catcher's gear on. I obviously wasn't catching.
Well, I also thought, I didn't think he was catching for this game, but whatever.
So I get there and I take this picture and I post it on Facebook. And Scott Isaacs, who I was just literally playing against in 45s, he commented and said, "Wait, what? Like how? What?
How
like,
did that
he didn't
happen?
understand how the hell I was already there." And we were popping bottles of champagne. I was going crazy. You can see the video on the league Facebook page.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
but it was fantastic. Happy for Orazio, who finally got his first title.
Well deserved.
And
and so Curtis, who was our former guest. Oh,
we got the trophy.
There it is.
Right here, baby.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so you get to keep that for how long?
As long as Orazio will allow me.
If I come over and you're eating like hot dogs off of like the spikes,
maybe.
And the cats are gonna be like flipping it.
Yeah. One of the cats was scared of it, didn't know what it was.
Oh.
Not used to seeing trophies in this house.
But now they better get used to it.
Right. So my second in 2 years, actually, but my first in the BNBL, but my second in 2 years. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Great team there, D. A lot of good guys on that team. A lot of young guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of great arms. I mean, and you got Smitty, who was unbelievable. You know,
he was unbelievable.
I said it multiple times. After you guys beat Lowell, which was impressive enough, you know, and you have the walk-off win in game one, like it became, if you were watching any part of it, you knew that let anyone else on your team beat you after that point. He came up multiple times with an open first base, guys on second and third. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was one game.
Still got to get the job done.
I think it went to extra innings, and I was like, well, we're not going to win this inning because Smitty comes up next inning. And sure enough, he had the game-winning hit.
He had a sac fly to win it in game two.
2 hits. Yeah, 2 walk-off hits. A double. Well, it would have been a double, but he only needed a single.
And then pitched the gem in your clinching game there through 5 5 innings, struck out
5
like
days
7
rest.
or 8. Yep. Had a 0.93 ERA in the series.
Yep.
Not
3-1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not bad. And he told me afterwards it was his 9th overall championship, including in the Park League and stuff. But
wow. Good for him.
I was lucky to get two with him as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's the best, man.
48 years old. It's unbelievable.
And
he was the one.
Great human being too. He's an awesome dude.
Yep. So that was my week. So Orazio's been talking about getting a party bus for the last 5 years. If we ever want it, we're getting a party bus. So that's currently being looked into.
Oh boy.
It's going to be an epic night. And then the banquet. It's Tuesday, October 28th. So I'm sure there'll be celebration.
It's Tuesday again. Why does he keep picking Tuesday?
Brett
It's
Rudy,
been Wednesday. Yeah, Brett Rudy.
Because
the
World
past
Series,
3 years, it's been on Tuesday. I know, it's so annoying.
I know.
I heard some other things too, but we don't need to go into details.
we don't need to.
Just not.
I'm sure it's something else.
But at the end of the day, you need to make sure that the people that need to be there are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know we got some guests waiting, but I wanted to share that news. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. If you want to watch the whole replay of the game, check out the Boston Metro Baseball League Facebook page. All the games are on there. And thank you, Gib, for doing the live stream. You guys killed it. You and Terry.
I did one. I came to one.
And Angie.
Yeah, you did. We had a lot of fun.
If it's by Trum, I'll be there. I mean, if it's at Trum, I'll be there. If it's by my house is what I meant.
There you go.
Feel free to take it over next year, though.
Well, that would mean my team is not in it, but we'll do if necessary.
We'll play it by ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, our special guest. Thanks to Angie for getting these wonderful guests coming up.
Let's go.
Kelly, Elliott Dine, Sophiya Liu, Greta Langhenry, and Janet Thomas. All great umpires with tons of experience.
Tons, probably the most experience we've had on the show, to be honest with you. Like their experience is off the charts, which is, Not to mention what they've done with their lives outside of umpiring in baseball. So we're going to get into all of that, but
they're about to make us all
so many awesome questions. They're about to make us all better.
Better. There you go.
Yes.
Maybe
not make us look better, but definitely going to make us better with some of the stuff they're going to tell us, I'm sure.
Yep. And I know Kelly worked the Bananas game, right?
Yep.
We got a lot to talk about, so let's bring them in. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We never had this many guests.
We never had this many guests
Sophiya,
before.
Kelly, and Janet, welcome to the show.
We had to have the whole crew. We couldn't just have one.
Yeah, we had so many guests we couldn't even display the overlay anymore. But welcome, guys. Appreciate you all being here. I know the four of you were selected to be the umpire crew and the new Women's Pro Baseball Leagues. We'll get into that. But if you guys could please all introduce yourselves, whoever wants to start.
It might be helpful if we start, in a circle. Yeah, go ahead.
Like the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, who's the crew chief? That's a good question.
Oh,
that was Jan.
there you go.
Okay.
Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Dine. My professional name is Kelly Elliott Dine. And yes, we were selected to work the first games in the Women's Professional Baseball League. But it's nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Janet?
Hi, I'm Janet. Janet Thomas. I am from Georgia. And it was quite an honor to work that first game of the Women's Pro Baseball League. So thanks for having us.
Greta.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but
we can hear you.
I'm excited to be here, and super excited to be working baseball anywhere I can. This is a cool opportunity. So thanks for having us.
Thank you. And Sophiya, who woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning to be here from Taiwan.
Hi, everyone.
Right?
Yeah, hi, everyone. My name is Sophiya Liu from Taiwan, and I've been umpire for 19 years, and it's my great honor to participate a part of history in American baseball. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think
19 years.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the resume? She sent her resume. It was like...
Yeah, did you get a chance to look at it, Gibby? It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, all of you have such amazing resumes to talk about baseball and to be here with us. And I think, like, if you heard me say before, I mean, we've had a lot of, great experienced guys on the show, but by far you four are the most experienced umpires we've had on. So as umpires ourselves, we are so excited to just, pick your brains. And yes, there is this kind of historical piece to it, which I think is amazing. But as umpires, I just have so many questions about how far you've gotten, not just about being a woman. So we'll get into that, though.
So how, I guess, the Women's Pro Baseball League, I don't know too much about it. I know it's brand new. It's starting next year. Do you guys know how the origins behind how that got started? And also how did you guys get selected? Was there a tryout? How did that all go down?
Sure, I'll go ahead and answer that. So the Women's Pro Baseball League is it's the brainchild of two people. So it was co-founded by Justine Siegel. And Justine is not only the first woman to coach in professional baseball, Major League Baseball. She threw batting practice for the Cleveland Indians, among other roles. She also is the founder of Baseball for All, which is the largest youth women's baseball league in the United States. The Baseball for All organization just had their 10th anniversary this year. And we were fortunate to go out and also work the national tournament for them. They had 60 teams at this tournament in Reno, Nevada, all girls from ages 8U through 18U, which is pretty impressive. And so it has always been Justine's desire to have a women's pro baseball league. So she and Keith Stein, who is with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he's one of the owners of the Toronto Maple Leafs baseball organization, have co-founded the Women's Pro Baseball League. The WPBL is slated to start next summer in June of 2026. And we, Justine and I, have been in discussions regarding officiating. This is something that has just been right up my alley and something I really wanted to make sure that we were a part of, knowing that it is all women who are playing baseball, that most of the coaches are women, most of the advisory board is women. It only makes sense to me anyways that we have women who are officiating as well.
Right on.
We know that the level of play is going to be World Cup level of play. the four of us were fortunate enough to see that level of play, and it was outstanding. There were women from 10 different nations actually 11 different nations represented, counting the United States. And the games that we officiated were the first two games to ever be played in the WPBL. They were the games where the 600 women had been whittled down over the weekend to 150. And they put them through two different games so that they could be ranked by position and preparing for the draft. And the draft is coming up. They just 2 days ago announced the women who are eligible for the draft. And it looks like there's about 120 women in the draft from 11 different nations. Wow. So I had approached Justine about the idea of who was going to be officiating those tryout games. And she said, Kelly, bring me a crew. And so it was really an awesome opportunity to be able to call Janet and Sophiya and Greta and say, let's go. And so we did.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
That is awesome. So you ladies have worked together before. This is not the first time. Or did you just know of each other?
We just knew of each other. So Janet and
Amazing.
Janet and I are best friends. We've met each other through baseball officiating years ago. Greta and I are best friends. We again met each other through baseball officiating. And now Sophiya and I are like best friends. I mean, the four of us have come together. We have never been able to work together as a crew. I've worked with Greta in Daytona Beach individually. I've worked with Janet before individually. I've never had the opportunity to work with Sophiya until she visited us here. But like I said, I mean, when we got on the field, it looked like we've been working together for 10 years. The chemistry was phenomenal.
Wow, that's amazing. And is there any place where we could see this tryout game or no? Like, could we watch it somewhere or?
I do not think they posted them on live stream. And it was because they were ranking the players by position and using this for the draft. So, and they do have a media company that is, controlling everything regarding the WPBL. So they are the ones that get to make those decisions, whether anything will be live streamed.
No, fine.
Yeah.
So Janet, are you currently working on like auditioning and trying out like more umpires to be a part of your kind of this league? Or is that something that you're kind of just working through logistics right now?
Do you mean actually going to be heading that? Kelly's heading that up.
Yeah,
we usually have names under everybody, and I think we couldn't fit it all in. Sorry.
That's okay. No, so the logistics definitely are still being figured out. Like I said, Fremantle is the company that's been hired to handle a lot of the groundwork for the WPBL, and as you can imagine, with a league that is just making this big of a bang, and not just in the United States but worldwide, especially since we'll have international players. There's a lot that's going into it, and definitely right now their main thing is focusing on the draft. So the goal is that they'll have some umpiring decisions made. Justine said they'll have some. They'll be ready to go with officiating about the middle of November is what we're looking forward to. So. As
somebody who rabidly follows baseball for all, I'm sure you guys were too, to some extent, kind of like waiting for this league to happen. It had been in the works for a while, or at least there had been rumblings of it for a while. So when it finally came to fruition, and this is a question for everybody but Kelly, and then Kelly calls you and says, okay, hey, you're my crew. What was that like?
Let's go. For me, it was like basically like a no-brainer.
Right.
We'd been talking about it, and I knew it was kind of in the works. And when we finally knew it was going to happen, she's like, "You're going to do this, right?" Yeah, I am. And it's just such an incredible, unique opportunity. And I think all of us would say that. From training to our regular games, whatever level they may be, when you have an opportunity like this, it's just not something that you would ever want to turn down. And you just kind of take it and say, you know what, I'm going to take this for what it is right now. And let's just hope and pray that it develops into something more. And that you get to continue doing this, because honestly, it was so much fun. Kelly's right. The chemistry was fantastic. And it was so much fun, and just the feeling of walking out, stepping on a nationals field and kind of looking around like, this is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And we're all like, we've got like chill bumps and like, look at my arms. And just to know that we were there representing women, representing umpires, and just knowing that, the players, they were excited to see us. They were excited to see us there as we were to be there. So that's how I felt about it.
And then so Kelly was at the dish. And so what position were you in, Janet?
In the first game, Kelly had the dish and I was on the bases.
Okay.
And we did rotate. So we had 2 games.
You did rotate.
We did. So each one of us got to work plate. Each one of us got to work bases.
Yeah, we flip-flopped halfway through each game just to make sure that we each had that experience of working plate and bases. So while I started and did the first half of the first game on bases, then I sat that second half of the first game, and then I started on the plate in the second game while Greta was on bases.
Oh, so did you only do a 2-man crew for each game? Oh, got it. Okay, I thought you did a big. Okay, so then that makes sense. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's even more harder, impressive. Huh? Yeah, I was gonna say, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I did a scrimmage. I did a D1 scrimmage, and I cried my whole way home because I made such horrible calls. So wow, I'm so impressed that you just at a pro level, it was just you on the bases. Impressive.
So I might have missed this, but is it going to be 4 per game?
They haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I think a lot is going to. Right now, we are working 2 umpire mechanics, but they truly haven't decided if it was going to be 2, 3, or 4 umpire mechanics for the games themselves.
All right. And so Greta, sorry, I want the other ladies to answer too. So Greta and Sophiya, so you get the phone call from Kelly. What do you say?
For me, although it's the first time I umpire with Kelly, but frankly speaking, I knew her for many, many years because she's the second female umpire to umpire women's sports. And that's also the big news in Taiwan. Taiwan is a very far country, but we share a lot of common value. And we are not only famous with the chips, but also baseball, because baseball is in our DNA. So many of our boys' dream is to play women's sports and major league in states. So it's it's amazing news that if we have the WPBL, it means meanwhile the women, the girls, we have the same opportunity and the same dream like boys and men to play in states. So that is so incredible. So when Kelly provided me this invitation, I said, that's my grand honor. I will book my air ticket right away. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, speaking of which, so you're in Taiwan. So how are you going to make that work? Because I assume games are going to be. Is it going to be like how? Do you know how like big of a schedule it's going to be, or are they going to play like a few times a week?
In Taiwan, since I say baseball is our national sport, so we play almost every day, 360 days in our island. And so also I got training from the Wendelstedt Umpire School, so I got some opportunity to umpire aboard. Yeah.
So would you move here once the season starts, or?
We will see, because I'm not so. I only have the limited information, but as long as I have the opportunity in state, sure, because it's everyone's dream, not only for players' dream, but also umpire's dream to umpire the pro league.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do we get Angie on the crew?
Oh no! Angie has a lot of time to go before that happens. No.
So how'd you guys get into umpiring originally? I know you guys have tons of experience. Greta, we haven't really heard from you. How'd you get started?
Well, I fell in love with baseball like I think most people do. Like your dad loves baseball, and then you love baseball, and you try to follow along. When I was growing up, they wouldn't let me play baseball. Baseball is for boys and softball is for girls. So I played softball. I caught, and I liked it. Like, softball is a fun sport. I love it. but it's not baseball. It's not the same thing. And so learning about that and learning about umpiring was pretty cool. So learning that I could be on the field as an umpire and see the real game, that's pretty cool. So that's what I try to do now with Level Ump, my nonprofit. But I feel like if you can see it, you can be it. And I didn't think that women couldn't be umpires. I just never thought about umpires at all. Good umpires. If we're doing a good job, nobody thinks about this, right? Like that's the thing. You do the right thing, nobody knows you do it.
Yep, exactly.
But I started to think about them. And so I started to umpire, and I went to umpire school and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm really happy to be in this little tiny group here with Kelly and Janet and Sophiya. Baseball is for women too, and it's exciting.
It sounds like you have a very similar story to Angie. She was a catcher also, and
that's where I think the best.
Same.
You and I are gonna
Me too.
later.
Okay.
That's where I'm getting my best umpires. Like.
Yeah. We're always saying how the fact that we were catchers helped us more easily transition, especially behind the plate, calling balls and strikes.
Well, there's no fear of getting hit. Then it's just learning the rules, right? It's learning the rules and the position. It's learning all the other stuff. But I feel like a lot of people have to get over that fear of getting hit.
Yes, you trust the gear. You trust the pitches coming in. Like, I wasn't afraid of 97 miles an hour coming in, but I wasn't sure when I was supposed to run up to third base and cover it, because that doesn't make sense to a baseball fan who keeps it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So that part of it was weird. But I think I could, you could be a pro level umpire and know where you need to be in like a week. We're good to go.
Yeah.
I think our challenge a lot was the hand signals. For a while I thought Matt was throwing gang signs at me from second base. I say that all the time. But, learning the hand signals with your partners, in addition to when, you run to third and all those things.
Or then, as I learned in that game with Curtis, when you run back, when you're an A and you run back to home because he ran out, I was like, you do what? Wait a minute, sir, come back and tell me that again. We definitely had a long conversation about that and what skills and the rotating that happens that we don't learn in the JV and varsity level. But we should, because it does make you look a hell of a lot better when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, so obviously Jen Powell, she new umpire, first female umpire in the MLB. How cool is that for you guys to see? How pumped were you? I know Angie was pumped. How cool is that for you guys?
It was super exciting for me. Yeah, it was super exciting for me. Jen and I go way back. She and I met first at a softball clinic, and I think we are the only two women in the United States who have ever worked both NCAA baseball and NCAA softball. And I remember when we first met, it was at a clinic in Ohio, and we were taking a break and sort of sitting on the couch and just talking. And we got in this conversation about baseball and how much we both love baseball. And she leaned in and she's like, yeah, I'm quitting softball. I'm going to baseball. I'm like, me too. She goes, I'm going the pro route. I said, well, I'm going the college route because I'm older than you are. And it was just that connection. And, so we've stayed in touch over the years. And just to be able to see her finally make it to the show. I mean, the work that she's put in it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible for women worldwide. But it's incredible for umpires worldwide.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to get her on the podcast. I know
she's too famous for us
busy.
now.
Yeah, but we have an in now.
It is amazing, but it's amazing how many, and I say this all the time, sometimes women, like at games, sometimes women are our biggest critics. Oh my God, you shouldn't be out here, whatever. But seeing the videos and the pictures and the stats posted online after the first few games, it is amazing how many men are just so bothered
So
by
mad.
this.
We know.
So mad.
And these are
It's our
men, some of
society
them,
now.
but you know, and I've clicked on some of their profiles. These men are fathers of daughters. These men have girlfriends, fiancés, a wife. And I'm like, would you talk about your daughter or your wife that way? I hope not. But it is amazing how insecure some of them seem and just how bothered they are by the fact that there's a woman who's reached the highest level in, you know, in Major League Baseball, and they can't stand it. And I'm like, I don't know why.
Threatened. It's because they feel threatened. You're going to take their job. That's
their job from the coach that they've never trained for. Like, let's be clear. Janet, I had screenshotted all of the pictures of the men who said, like, who were talking shit about Jen. And I was like, okay, so we're going to do, like, whatchamacallit, a slideshow on the podcast. I was so mad. I was texting them for days. Like, I was going to find these people. But alas, I got talked down a little bit. But it's infuriating, especially when, again, you know, having looked through the CVs that the four of you sent us, the experience that the four of you have is, again, and I'm not just saying this, it is mind-blowing. And
it's impressive.
Thank you, Gib. And to have you guys on to talk, you know, because I don't want to just talk about the fact that you're women. I think that's great. I love that. But I'm so much more interested in your experience as umpires as we, the three of us, try to grow our careers. Matt, this is your third year. This is mine and Dan's second year. So we've really been trying to hone our skills. I think we also all know that, you know, we're never going to get to the show like that. That we're just too old at this point, right? Kind of like you said, like Kelly, like at one point, you know, you don't have it. But as we try to get better, we've been interviewing as many people as we can on this podcast, but then we talk nothing but umpiring outside. So all of that to say, we're super excited that you're here because we've got some questions that we'd, I think, really love to get into with the four of you. If, gentlemen, you have any other questions about the WPL, or we can move into the individual questions. Up to you.
Well, so I didn't look at all the questions in advance. Sorry, I was setting up the graphics and stuff. But so I know, Sophiya, you went to the Wendelstedt School. I'm assuming others did as well. How do you guys feel about that shutting down?
I think they all did.
Yeah. Y'all did. Y'all did.
Oh, that's amazing. Although I'm the only female umpire in 2015 and 16, but I really have a great time, and they treat me very fair. I mean, I can use a female toilet and change room, you know. And I mean, that 2 decades ago in Taiwan, that's impossible. So for me, when I try to be an umpire in Taiwan and there's no female toilet, and they say it's your problem, you know. And if you don't want it, you can leave the ball, you know. You can leave here.
Wow.
But so, you know, even my mom tried to help me, so buy me a diaper for umpire the game. Yeah. So when I went to Wendelstedt, they treat me very nice, and they provide me the female toilet, and that was very shocked. So, you know, during the break time, there's only maybe 10-15 minutes, and I see a lot of guys, they have to line up, you know, for the toilet, but I am so free.
Oh, there you go.
There's a benefit there.
For the first time, there's no line in the women's room.
Yeah. And I asked my colleagues, I mean, don't you think it's a privilege that I can have my own toilet? And my partner say, what do you think about? It's your right to use. It's your right to use toilets. It's your right. So and then it's really shocked my brain. I say, oh right, it's my brain, and I pay tax too, right?
No diapers.
So when I come back to Taiwan, I tell myself, gosh, I have to fight for my own female toilets. in baseball stadium. And so that's
right.
we have in Taiwan. So I founded an NGO to fight for women's rights, especially in baseball. And so, recently in Taiwan, we have the first arena, and it's a big dome, and there's a female umpire room now.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Awesome. That is great.
That's a great story.
So we are changing the game. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And giving all those little girls and all those young kids just something to go into, like yes, you can do this too. You have rights too. We will protect you. We want you here. We need you here. It needs more of that. Just needs to be heard, and kudos for doing that.
And this generation needs it. My generation had League of Their Own to all of a sudden be like, what? We can play baseball? This is amazing. And now all of a sudden there's a whole new generation. And again, watching what Justine's been doing at Baseball for All for, the last 5 or 6 years now that I've been watching, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But
go
ahead, Sophiya.
Yeah, so WPBL, I would say, is not only Americans' business. It's not only the impact in America. You are making a great impact in the other side of the planet, in Taiwan and Asia Pacific. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Thank you.
I had a quick follow-up, not to kind of harp on, how this is predominantly, a male-employed, job. But how does it feel now to be like, or have this league that's, Kelly, like you said, it's being run by women. So I'm assuming, right? You're being evaluated and critiqued by your fellow female pairs, no longer like at the Wendelstedts do mostly predominantly by males, getting that feedback and trying to work your way up, which can be difficult in and of itself. Like, how does that make you guys feel anyways, that at least you're being evaluated by let me watch my words here, like-minded people.
Yeah, I think the thing to remember though is that we, the four of us, Greta, Sophiya, Janet, and I, we evaluated each other, right? And I did want to go back to that point there where I was commenting about us being best friends. We're best friends both on the field and off the field, but I didn't select Greta and Sophiya and Janet for this crew because we're best friends. And we've heard that. We've been accused of that, right?
Really?
But the credentials of Janet and Greta and Sophiya just speak for themselves. I mean, absolutely speak for themselves. Now, we would love to have female umpires working this league. In reality, I don't know that we will have all female umpires working the league because the four of us go to umpire clinics and umpire camps, and we are evaluated and we're selected for our positions, and we earn what we haven't been given anything. We've earned everything 100%. That we have achieved. And so whether it's, Greta working in the Coastal Plains League, or me working Division I baseball, Janet working the state championships in Georgia, Sophiya working the World Cup. I mean, you don't get just handed that, because if you were put on the field simply because you're a woman and you didn't know how to do any of this, I mean, you'd be laughed off the field. So the credentials are there because of the time and the work and the effort that we put in. As far as evaluating, when we were on the field, sure, we had 150 women watching us that were players, high level players from around the world, and the same with the coaches and the same with the organization. But as far as umpiring goes, we hold each other to our highest standards. We really do. And I know that we'll be evaluated by our peers, male and female, as this league progresses. So we can't really speak to the genetic DNA makeup of who's going to be officiating these games, because that's so far down the road with everything that they're doing right now. I'm sure that we will have some male umpires, whether they take the field, with us in the first games, whether they're backup umpires, whatever that may be, just the same way that us female umpires work, alongside our male peers and work in male dominated baseball. So.
Right. And to your point, Kelly, I think, most of our peers as female umpires are men. They're just not women. Most of our peers are men. And and it's, it's lucky that you guys kind of know each other, so you could kind of pull together this team of, women who obviously, not, again, like you said, not just women, but women who have the CVs to back up being on that field and deserved every second of it. But that our peers who are evaluating us most often are men. And that's just the way that it is. And so a lot of times, the guys will say, oh, the brotherhood, well, now the sisterhood. And I don't know I would love to hear your feedback, any one of you, is that I say, well, it's kind of still a brotherhood. I just get to be a part of it. But I don't feel like there's a sisterhood aspect for me when I'm surrounded by all men most of the time. I imagine this was unique that the four of you got to work together and actually have that experience.
I call it a family. And I've said this before, that it's a family. We may be dysfunctional at times, but it's a family. And if you're saying that it's a brotherhood, I can't be a brother. I am a woman, and I don't want you to treat me any differently or treat me with kid gloves. I don't want you to evaluate me any differently. Yep. I don't want my training to be any different. I'm not trying to be one of the guys. I'm just trying my best to be a really good umpire, because I've said before, I don't want to be the best woman umpire you've ever seen.
Right.
I want to be a really good umpire when I walk on the field, and I want to get the calls right, and we want that respect. And that comes from training, hard work, camps, clinics, constantly in the rule books, keeping up with the rule changes. It's a lot. I was just at a clinic this weekend for my college stuff, and they were saying, umpiring's hard. There's a lot. Rules are constantly changing.
Yep.
Whether it's high school or, NCAA or professional ball, rules are changing, and you have to keep up with those. But it's a family, and for those guys who don't want women as part of their family, sorry, we are here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay, and we're actually growing in numbers, and that's a goal for each of us. And Greta starting Level Ump was huge, and she's helping and facilitating more women being a part of the game at higher levels.
Yeah, so excited. And then a quick question on
Greta,
that.
By the way.
Are there any rules in the WPBL that are different from MLB, or do they follow MLB rules?
Again, another good question, and that is something we can't answer definitively because so much is still up in the air. They may use OBR, which are MLB rules, and they may use World Cup rules. World Cup rules are very similar to OBR, but have just a couple of very slight variances.
So when you guys were the crew, did you use MLB rules for that game? Yeah,
we did.
Okay.
Do you know where the games are being played, or did you say that already?
Nope, and they haven't announced that yet either.
They haven't announced that yet.
Wow. So we'll have to wait.
They've been teasing so much through their social media. They have their website, and then they have a WPBL Facebook page, and through that they keep teasing, like, what's your vote for the 4 cities to be in, and what do you think? And so they just they draw you in.
Sophia, did you vote? Did you vote for Taiwan, Sophia?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
We've basically all decided that we're gonna take a field trip. We're just gonna take a trip to Taiwan, and we're gonna umpire with Sophiya there.
How fun!
Wasn't Russ just in Taiwan for the tournament? I think he was. It was
Russ Ward. He's everywhere.
Yeah. I think there was just a tournament there. He was in.
Well, and that Chinese, the Little League just won the boys Little League just won.
Yes, the Williams World Champion. Yeah, yes, this year. Yeah, so that's what I say. It's many boys' dream to play in states. Now we girls have the same dream to play the pro league women baseball and also the baseball for all tournaments.
Yeah, the big tourney.
Do they have like a girls' little league type of program out in Taiwan?
Not really. In Taiwan, we only have twice national game a year, And we in our high school league, we have once a year once a year for a women's tournament. That's it. Yeah. So we hope we can. So many of the girls, just like in States, we have to play softball. So we want, the girls who want to play baseball, we have the equal right to play.
Yeah. Do you think that there's interest too from the girls there that want to play?
Yeah, absolutely. I know some girls, they will participate, try out the final draw next month in States, as I know. Yeah.
And Sophiya, did you play prior to umpiring?
Pardon?
Did you play baseball?
I practice karate, and that really helpful for me to be a playing umpire. Yeah.
Does it help with your timing?
Need to fight off the
that
question. And so I try to play baseball, but just when I was kid, I mean, when I want to play a team in junior high school, and they say girls not allowed. Yeah, I even don't have the right to participate in the team. So that's why I try be a volunteer and interpreter for the baseball team. And then I take my team to play tournament, and the umpire sucks. I say, what? I can do that. And that's why I become the first female umpire by that time. Yeah, and I know it's a tough job now, and I want to show all the girls and boys that this job. I mean, not only play baseball, but also in your life. It's not about your age or your gender. If you like it, you just try it. Yeah. It's not only about basketball. Yeah.
Yep.
Sophiya,
so
do you guys, I was going to
please.
say, do you deal with a lot of like similar issues that we have here in the States, like a shortage of umpires and like say over aggressive parents, trying to tell the umpires that how bad they are? That's really gotten bad with the younger leagues, but
I have to say, fortunately, sure, we have literally parents as well. But in our Asia culture, we kind of respect authority. So they really not give me such a hard time. But a lot of internet bullying is the same.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, so it's our challenge in Taiwan. We cannot find a young umpires, people are not willing to volunteer or participate. Yeah, that is also our issue here.
Across the board in multiple sports.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
Greta, are you still there? Says she's still.
I think Greta's in a remote area of California right now, so.
Oh, okay.
I think that's.
So she may.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it still says she signed on, but okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully she can rejoin. So Kelly, well, first off, one of our umpire friends, Ed Odell, said Kelly did the Williamsport championship game a few years ago and killed it. So.
Hi Ed, thank you. I'll pay you later.
Hey, tell us about it. What was that like? That's quite the experience too.
That's
it was
cool.
an incredible experience. Yes. I was honored to call the championship game for the 2019 Little League World Series. That game featured Louisiana, who was the first team ever in the history of the Little League World Series to claw their way out of the losers bracket and win the whole thing.
Wow.
And then they played Curacao, which was super exciting because the third and youngest Profar was on the Curacao team at the time.
Oh, wow.
His two older brothers are both in the MLB.
Yeah.
One of them plays for Janice's team in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves. It was incredible. It was, people don't realize that when you're officiating the Little League World Series, that's a 46-60 field, right? Because it's on ESPN and you see 25,000 people in the park, you assume that it, like a major league field, that it's a big area, and it's just not. It's a tiny little league field, and you're in this fishbowl surrounded by 90 ESPN cameras, But I mean, they talk about the iconics of, sliding down the field on the cardboard, sliding down the hill on the cardboard, and seeing the wave go around the stadium. And when I think back, I don't remember a lot of the game, I remember the final at bat, which the Curacao pitcher had fouled off 10 straight foul balls in a row, and before he lined out. But I do remember the wave going around the stadium, 25,000 people doing the wave, and then looking out between the innings and seeing all those kids just sliding down the hill. And that, that's what Williamsport's all about. And it should be on everyone's bucket list. Whether you are 5 or whether you're 500 years old, you need to go to Williamsport.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like knowing that you're going to be under all of those cameras?
And were you behind the plate? Were you behind the plate?
Yeah, she was the UIC.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was, the cameras, you could see them if you turned around, and you see that along the backstop, they had a camera positioned every 12 inches, duct taped to the backstop. And so the ushers would prevent everybody from getting there. So, that was the bulk of the cameras there, but they had them from overhead. They had the 4D. They wanted us to wear the ump cam. So now you're starting to see a little bit in MLB, but in 2019, it wasn't as developed as it is now. The battery packs were super, super heavy. They were on both sides.
Oh,
and they gave us an option, and they had put it on my mask before the game started. And I tried it on, and I said, no way. I said, because I could feel my head was getting pulled down. My mask was getting pulled down. And I said, you brought me here to do a job. You selected me for the Little League World Series championship game. I'm sorry. I mean, what few views that you're going to get from this rudimentary, head cam just aren't going to be worth it. So
right, the two that you're going to use.
Yeah. And they've certainly developed that over the last few years a lot better now. So
and obviously 25,000 fans is not the biggest crowd that you've ever worked. So recently you worked for the Savannah Bananas, right? Can you tell us about that?
Well, we had the dancing umpire.
Pretty cool stuff. Oops.
The Savannah Bananas, that was exciting. The girls and I were sitting in the locker room about 5 minutes before we were to take the field in Washington, D.C. for the WPBL first game. And we were just sitting around chatting, and my phone rang. And I remember looking at the three of them saying, I don't recognize this number. It doesn't say spam, but what should we do? And I'm like, I'll answer it. And if it is spam, we're going to have fun for a minute here before we go on the field, right? And so I answered it, and it was a voice on the other end said, hey, Kelly, this is Andrew with the Savannah Bananas. What are you doing Friday and Saturday in Pittsburgh? We'd like you to umpire the Bananas games.
Oh my God.
It's a prank call, isn't it?
I'm so glad I picked up the phone, but it was thrilling. It was absolutely thrilling to walk. My hometown's Pittsburgh. PNC Park is the most beautiful ballpark in America. To be able to walk on that field. It was my second MLB ball field in a week. I mean, that's mind-blowing.
That's mind-blowing, crazy, right? Right.
The four of us officiated at Washington Nationals Park, and 5 days later I was officiating at PNC Park. And so I was the one of the four of us, I'm the one who did not go to pro school. I did not go to Wendelstedt. And so, being able to officiate on a pro ballpark and actually to work professional baseball leagues this summer was just, it was absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. That's just why we had the dancing umpire was a guest that we had on. What was it, about a couple months ago? He came on and was kind of telling us all about the dancing and the fun. And so, yes, it's baseball. No, it's not baseball. Tell us what it was like to umpire that kind of a game. I mean, did you call it exactly how you would have called any other game? Were you given any direction?
And was Vinny there? Did you work with Vinny?
Absolutely. Vince was there. He's incredible. And
I couldn't remember his name. Thanks, Kim. I mean, Dan. Thanks, Dan. I couldn't remember Vinny. Yeah, sorry.
But I will tell you that Savannah Bananas baseball is very high level baseball with trick plays as part of it. There's no way that the athletes would be able to carry out those trick plays unless they were just the highest level of baseball. And case in point, when we walked out to the field for the first time Friday night, we were standing next to the third base dugout, and I heard this player come up out of the dugout and go, Kelly, is that you? And I turned around, and it was Kyle Jackson. And Kyle and I have known each other for 6 or 7 years because he attended Kent State University. So I work Division I baseball, and the MAC is one of my divisions that I work. I lived for 20 years. I lived for 20 years in Northeast Ohio, and I did all of my winter work working the Kent State inter scrimmages, right there, indoor scrimmages, and then also officiating Kent State baseball. And so KJ and I have gotten to know each other well over the years. I call him Tats. I've called him Tats for 6 years. And when he walked out, he's like, remember me? And I'm like, Tats, is that you? We gave each other this big bear hug, and that's case awesome. In point. KJ is an extremely high level Division I player. So he's by far, I think, one of the players. He is a fan favorite. But we have guys that are getting selected and getting contracts to work Major League Baseball from Savannah Bananas. So the trick play. But you have to be able to play that level of baseball in order to then also carry out the trick play while you're catching a ball in the outfield or getting the out of first base. And I watched KJ hit a home run in PNC Park. I mean, how much fun to get
awesome.
Yes, we were there at Fenway. They recently played at Fenway. Angie was a fangirl. She ran into Jackson Olsen, and we've showed this photo before. She happened to run into him on the elevator, and she's a big fan. So maybe the biggest fan.
Yeah, right. He was the only one I wanted to see. Dan and another friend of ours had press passes, so they were doing all the press, and I was like, if you see Jackson, just call me. I'm here, like whatever. And then I'm running around with my kids all sweaty, and I step onto the elevator, and I'm all mad because you're trying to get to our seats, and then I see him, and I was just like, do you want to take a selfie with this 40-year-old mom? Like, come on. Anyways, that was good times.
She didn't talk about it for 3 weeks either.
Yeah.
So.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Not at all.
No, but we've had conversations with people, Kelly, though, to your point about the bananas, where we try to explain that in order to be that good, you have to play high level baseball. Like, none of those kids don't know how to play. They probably play better than most. But I was wondering if when calling the game, did they give you any sort of directive, or it was just go do your thing?
No, there was actually a ton of directive. Both Vince and Jono, the Australian umpire at first base, the two of them gave us a huge amount of direction as to, what to expect, and walked us through it because I was a little apprehensive. I mean, for me, coming from the military, coming from this regimented background of umpiring, we wear the same uniforms. There's things that we do. There are things that we don't do. So, for instance, when they told us that we could take our phone on the field, I'm like, we don't take our phones on the baseball field as an umpire. And they're like, oh, no, you do, right? But when it came time to officiate, yes, it was very fast-paced. It was something that the minute that you saw that the pitcher was in motion, I mean, the dancing stops and you're ready. And so you saw that video of KJ and I being in lockstep, where he's ready as the player and I'm ready as the umpire because the pitch was underway, And yes, you officiated just like any other baseball game. I got hit in the face with a ball that deflected off of KJ's glove. It was a screamer down the third base line. He dove for it, hit his glove, came up, hit me in the face. And man, I still had to point fair, right? To make sure. This is a baseball game. So, it helps to have some of that experience. Obviously, you can't go out there as a rookie umpire and try to work. You have to be ready for that fast pace of it. So,
did they teach you any dance moves, or you just natural?
I am not a natural by any means whatsoever. Not a natural. I just go out there and just do my thing.
And Sophia,
it looked good.
Do they know? Do you know about the bananas in Taiwan? Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, they become global. Yeah. It's crazy.
I think that they are bigger than they think they are. Honestly, they're so big.
Yeah. Was that the biggest ballpark that you've worked in, Kelly?
It was, absolutely. Yeah. 40,000 people sold out PNC each night. So.
Yeah. Getting tickets to a Bananas game is insane. They're going to be sold out for a while. Now, are you on kind of like their list of people to umpire, or was that a one-time deal? How does that work with them? Or can you tell us?
Honestly, once you officiate for them, you are on a list of potential umpires that they could utilize. They're expanding the league next year, so they just announced that they've got 2 more teams joining the league next year.
Wow.
They're doing their first championships right now as we speak, but they'll definitely have championship play next year as well. So exciting stuff.
They're killing it. They're killing it.
Yeah. And Janet, you did go to Wendelstedt. You graduated with honors. And then on your CV, you said that you were offered a job after graduation. What was the job that you were offered?
So I was offered the opportunity to go out and umpire the West Coast League, and that's all on the like the Oregon, California part of the country. And unfortunately for me, I tore my meniscus in the spring season.
No.
Yeah, so we graduated in February, and I tore my meniscus in April, and the league, it was a summer league. I did, and I popped it so loud. The first baseman turned, and he's like, "Oh my God, was that your knee? Or was that you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was my knee." And he's like, "Do you need a trainer?" I'm like, "I'm gonna make it through this game." And so I did end up having to have surgery, and unfortunately for me, I had to call the guy in charge of the league, and I said, I can't, like, as much as I want to. I just can't, I'm not 100%, and I'm not going to go out there and drag the crew down. And but part of coming out of Wendelstedt, because, MLB camps and MLB umpires, it's changed over the last few years. And so now, there's like one road into MLB, and that's going to be through the MLB one-day camps and going down to Vero. So with Wendelstedt, at the time it was, you can get this job offer, you go work the summer league, and then I had an invite to go down to Vero the next season and go to the MLB camp and see if there was anything after that. And again, unfortunately, the meniscus, even with the surgery, it was still not 100%. And I just had to call them, and I said, as much as I want to do this, I don't want to take someone's spot when I'm not 100%. I want to take someone's spot who has a real shot. And he's like, I know that was a hard call for you to make. And it was. I mean, it was like, I've got this opportunity, and I just can't. But I wasn't willing to go down there and be, at 60%, 70%, whatever it might be, and take someone's spot who's got a legitimate chance of making a career out of this. And I know they want more women in baseball, but it just one of those things that happened for me.
I hear that. Yeah.
I've got my diploma framed on the wall, and I'm so proud of that accomplishment, to finish in the top percentage of the class. And so thankful for that opportunity. And I'll just use my training at any game I do, whether it's travel ball, high school, college. I'll still use that training and just be the best that I can be, and I'll let some young one come in and have their shot.
I mean,
but going to school was incredible. I mean, it's intense, but it was 5 of the best weeks of my life, honestly.
That's what everyone says that has done it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pipe in and just brag on Janet for a minute. So she graduated number 4.
Wow, Janet, that's incredible.
She number 4,
that's
and
incredible.
and she was offered the West Coast League. So just so
wow, and so you 4 ladies must be pretty well known within like the professional umpire systems, right? I think one of the benefits and negatives of being a female umpire is that there's not many of us. So if you're talking about one of us, chances are there's like 5 on a hand. It's something I say to the guys all the time, like, you guys can fuck up, because then they'll be like, oh, that dude, and nobody's going to know who it is. But if they say that chick, it's like, I'm the only one around here, so they're going to know it's me, right? So it has its benefits and cons, especially if you call a really good game. But anyways, so the 4 of you must be pretty well known on the circuit, though. What's that like?
I don't know how well.
I think it's cool.
I mean, it's, but I think perhaps you're right, Angie, when you say that, when they talk about that dude and, there's 1,000 dudes out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl, she messed up that call, then it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about the Wendelstedt school closing down? Were you guys surprised as I was? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're super surprised, yeah. So it's
I think they've seen it coming.
Yeah.
I think they've seen it coming when MLB started making the change. And, it's one of those where Hunter knew they were going to be phased out. And as disappointing as it is, I mean, it's been an incredible run for them. And they have produced, hundreds and hundreds of professional umpires and something to be so proud of. And that Hunter carried on, his father's legacy. And I know Greta is super, super connected with them as well. But, it's, man, it was, I think a lot of people were just crushed and like, why? But that's
my biggest
MLB wants that control,
Yeah.
and that's how they're going.
I mean, do you think it has to do with, technology taking over and the whole ABS and them moving to these newer systems? Or does anyone really know the reason, or is it just kind of hush-hush?
Greta might have a little more insight, but
I got a theory myself, but
give us the
I'd
scoop,
like to
Greta.
hear yours.
But I do think that I think that MLB just wanted, people, because coming out of Wendelstedt, you either get a job offer or you don't. And for those, like even when I went, there were guys who got to go on down to what they call the taxi squad and, and keep training in Vero. And taxi squad is just where, when you think of you're waiting for a taxi in the city, you're waiting for an empty taxi for you to get in and go where you want to go. And basically when you're on taxi squad, you're waiting for someone in spring training or at this level to either resign or to be let go. And then they bring someone in from the taxi squad to go and fill that spot. So when someone drops out up here, someone from here moves up and someone from down here moves up. So everybody moves up along the way. And so there were a few, like our top two graduates, they went on down to Vero. But everybody else, there were a few more that were waiting. The others, you get those job offers like I did, and then you get the chance to come back to the MLB camp to have that chance to go into either Vero or, in there being a taxi squad. But from what they had told me, even when I was down there in 23, MLB wants that control. And no longer that division of two schools. They want it one place. They want to see people from the beginning at those one-day camps, invite them down, take hold of the training and train them the way they want them trained. And that's the only way to go.
Greta, you feel the same way? Are you back? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I think things are difficult. MLB is doing their own thing, right? Like they're looking for what they're looking for. And that's different. I've worked for them as umpire observer. I've worked for them with the ABS system. I've seen a bunch of different ways they're working, but we'll just have to see. I mean, baseball is changing now, right? I think we all know that, and we all know it's changing, and we all don't know what it's going to look like after this. So we're all kind of waiting, and that's tough for umpires, right? We want to be on. We want to know. We want to know the rules. We want to know what we can do, and so it's a little bit of a weird position for some of us now, but game still as beautiful as it has ever been, and I love it as much as I've ever loved it. So
how do you feel about them bringing in the ABS system next year?
I was the ABS systems expert for a couple of years ago in Clearwater, Florida, when they started. So they rolled it out as sort of in the Florida system. Daytona doesn't have ABS technology, but everywhere else in the Florida system has technology. So I've been in Clearwater for a while. It's pretty good. I'll tell you that. It's pretty good. It's quicker than you think it would be.
Yeah.
It's more accurate than you think it would be. And then you can argue about whether or not you want it or not. But the technology is good, and I've seen it firsthand.
It's less pressure for us as umpires. I mean, it's less pressure. I mean, everybody, dogs on umpires, like, he sucks and his numbers were low, or, whatever. Okay, who are you going to dog on now?
Yeah.
Dog on the computer.
So that was my thought process. That's less pressure, because then you can just get saved by the ABS. But at the same time, because this question has come up on the podcast, at the same time, it also can kind of make you look bad if you get it wrong and then you get overturned. And whereas
like
that's
how
not
many
happening.
times if you're wrong is that going to go?
Oh, we want to get it right.
Of course.
Trust me, like
we always do too. That's the
we want to get it right. We work hard every day. Sophiya, Kelly, Janet, and I. We work hard. We try to get it right. But if we're not right, I mean, the rule book says we ought to get it right if we can get it right. So if we have to overturn ourselves, and we're in a place that has replay, and we can see that we're wrong, yeah, I'm happy to say I'm wrong. Like, my job is to protect the integrity of the game. Right? And that's what all of our job is. So having that replay is pretty cool, actually. I try to do good, but once in a while I might miss one.
Yeah, no, we're always curious.
If I can get it right after that, that's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's similar to football. I mean, they started the challenge system in football years ago, and a team is allowed their challenges, and if they lose a challenge, okay, they lose that one. But if they win the challenge, they get to keep that one. So then they still got two more, and it's going to be the same thing in baseball. It's talking about they're having two. So I've seen a lot of commentary on the strategy. Like, if you've got your guy who's like in a slump, and he's like, oh, no, you're not going to use it for him. You're going to save it for your Aaron Judge kind of guy. Your your Matt Olson kind of guy. Like, okay, he's our top producer. Let's use it here. And if you win, okay, you keep that challenge. If you don't, okay. Yeah. And I don't think it's horrible.
I think that's an important thing to bring up. I mean, they're using it twice in a game, right? There's two challenges for each game in a game. And I've heard Major League umpires and talking about this. And, I think whether you are a brand new rookie or whether you've been doing this 30 years in the show, we all want to be perfect, right? We all strive for that perfection. But none of us are out there just to say, let's flip a coin on that one, right? We don't. We are striving for our best strike zone. But, when you're working at that level, you have the confidence to be working at that level. And your calls, and you're human. And and it's not anymore. It's the spectators and the viewers who are trying to cast judgment by saying, how do you feel about that one? You got that one wrong. Well, okay. But when you're calling 93 to 98% accuracy in a Major League Baseball game, come on, bring it on. I want to put a spectator back there and have them facing down false skis. I want you to see what 102 looks like. And then tell us that,
and call it 125 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Like 90% accuracy, I would be like blown away if I could do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's crazy. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. And honestly, I think when you get to those levels, you get to that point where you really don't, it's not so much, I missed that hit. It's bring it on. I want to see if I got that right. And if I missed it, and I missed it by a hair, a half an inch, okay, now I can refocus what I'm seeing on the field. I had a replay in the Little League World Series of a potential hit by a pitch. And so it was, and I had ruled that he wasn't hit by the pitch, right? And then there was just enough doubt that I'm like, no, I'm going to challenge this on myself. Because again, like Janet said, it's respecting the integrity of the game here. Or Greta had said it, both of us. I think they both said it.
Yeah.
And we want to respect the integrity of the game. So, go to replay. Let's see what that pitch looked like,
But how good does it feel when you called it like dead right?
It feels great when you're, I was overturned on that one, so he was hit by it. And then I'm like, okay, so we know we're human. We're not going to see we're just not. It brushed him by the slimmest of margins, and there was no other context to indicate that he was hit by a pitch. So but I didn't feel bad about it either.
Right. Well, it does feel like there's almost two kind of things going on. One of the things I love about baseball is kind of like the poetic justice, the democracy, the kind of like social justice to the game and the human element. And then I feel like you bring in ABS and you bring in the robot umpires and it takes out that human element that has been so crucial in so many, like just like soccer, right? I don't love soccer, but I do love the human element of the officials that I feel like baseball has. And we're almost taking it away just for this kind of perfect game. But I don't feel like baseball's ever been perfect. It's the best game in the world, but it's not perfect. It's human. It's democratic. I don't know. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I kind of see it too. Like it's going to take away a lot of those conflicts though between player and an umpire. And you know what? That's always been part of the game too. A lot of those things, guys just going to go like this instead of mouthing off to the umpire and possibly getting run, right? Is Aaron Boone going to get thrown out 10 times a year now? I don't know.
Well, he might get thrown. He might get thrown out anyways. Boone
Aaron
might
Boone,
not be a good example.
But it has changed the way a lot of strategies, and how managers and now players will play the game. Like you said, you're not going to challenge a pitch maybe in the first inning. You're going to wait till the seventh inning to say, okay, I know that was strike three.
Yeah.
But even now with replay, we still have managers getting ejected after a replay decision.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
And you've got guys in the replay booth, that's their job for the night. And they go to review, and sometimes it's a 20-second review, and other times it's like, okay, it's been 2 minutes, let's go. But unless there's conclusive evidence to overturn it, the call is going to stand. And we still have managers getting ejected and losing their mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, you got what you wanted. You got the replay.
Right.
And they've ruled this and you still don't like it. You're gone.
Yeah, they kind of got it made in New York. Like they don't have to get yelled at. They just make the decision. And then...
Right.
But I think they started showing video of those discussions in New York.
But they're all like shadowed out. Like they show them from the back. Have you ever seen it? Right? They're just like black figures looking at screens. Right. They don't show them actually.
Block out their face.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't want to.
In college replays, they're starting to show some of those conversations now, I guess.
They are?
I haven't seen
it.
That's what I heard. But.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Interesting. But I did, Greta, now that you're back, I did want to ask you a little bit more about Level Ump, the organization that you are the president of, which kind of brings in women or maybe people who wouldn't necessarily go into umping. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. When I went to umpire school in 2019, I went and it's the first day of school. There's 100 of us sitting in the room, 100 people. And they said, raise your hand if you have never umpired before in your life. I raised my hand because I'd never seen a pitch. Frankly, I hadn't. And but I'm a nerd. I'm a super nerd. So I was, of course, in the front row. So I look around and there's 99 of dudes in the room. They all got their hands in their pockets. And I'm the only woman.
That's Angie.
And I'm the only one with my hand up.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, I guess. For me, that wasn't a big deal, but it is a big deal for other people. And since then, we have made Level Ump. So that's kind of, I guess, what you're asking about. Trying to make sure that at least 2 women a year go to Harry's so that nobody's there by themselves again. We'll see. This is their last year. I don't really know, but Janet.
And so how do people get hooked up with Level Ump?
Janet came through our program through Harry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's a Level Ump person.
Oh.
And our kind of goal is to help women and other, like, not necessarily what you would think of when you think of an umpire. Really good umpire. Get through to school. So, but Janet is one of our students. So, she talked earlier. I don't know if you want to say anything else, Janet, but.
Well, the funny thing is, I had no idea that Level Ump even existed, and I got a phone call from the other founder, Nikki, and I was sitting in my kitchen one day, and I get this phone call, and I'm like, I don't know this number, but I'll answer. Kind of like when Kelly did, with her call.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello,
Bananas.
and she's like, hey, you don't know me, but my name is Nikki Kersey, and and this is what I'm doing. And I'm just wondering if you'd like to go to umpire school. And I was literally like looking around my kitchen, feeling like I'm getting pranked, like, am I on like hidden camera somewhere? And it turns out that my now fiance saw it online somewhere and applied for me.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't tell me that he had applied for me. And he knew that I would want to go.
What a keeper.
So that was really cool to be chosen as one of the initial recipients. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work my ass off. And I'm just going to work hard and make them proud proud for the fact that they chose me. And I didn't want to waste a minute of that opportunity. So, so as soon as I got off that phone call, I called him. I'm like, did you apply for me? And he's like, surprise. And it was definitely one of the best things. Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. And then, Sophiya, you also went to Wendelstedt and you got the Golden Mask Award. I had not heard of this. What is the Golden Mask Award?
Well, I think that's kind of encouragement. I mean, they give some, I think five of the mentees of a Golden Mask Award to, encourage us to pursue our career. And I have a great experience there because although I'm the only female, but they treat me very respectful and told me we can do exactly just like men. And they also appreciate me that, I come so far away and not familiar with English, but still try hard. So that's kind of like encouragement. And especially I would like to thank to so many people to thank for. I mean, many of them, many majorly umpires and also the instructor, they talk to me privately that no matter what happens, just keep going. I know it's a tough job for men and also it's going to be tough for women, so they keep to encourage me, and that is awesome. I mean, that's great. Even now I stay in touch of all my classmates and they cheer for me and they say keep working like that. So I'm very appreciative. Let me feel that I'm not alone in Taiwan.
Yeah. I mean, well, Sophiya, you've also not only just worked in the U.S. Obviously, you've done the World Cup twice, right? 2 years you did the World Cup, the Women's Baseball Cup.
Yeah, 3 times.
3?
Yeah. Yeah.
And tell us about that. I mean, that must have been a wonderful experience on the field.
Yeah, of course. I've been umpire in Venezuela and Korea and Canada, and I think that would be next time would be next year in the United States. Yeah, that's really amazing. And at the first, I mean, 10 years ago, it's kind of encouraged women to play baseball. So we have something. Maybe these girls they don't have a lot play experience, but in these 2 decades, you can see they have the shot. I mean, they're huge improved, and their performance is amazing. I mean, if you see them play, you know, you gotta feel amazing that even women can do that. I should not say that, but I'm really I mean I really appreciate that I can be a part of the serve for the game. Yeah, so the Team USA already guaranteed to play the World Cup next year, and that's going to host them in States as well. And just like I say, the USA baseball is not only about in USA; it's a great impact to globally. So I hope if American, you can put more efforts. I mean, put more attention in women baseball, not only in WPBL but also the World Cup next year, and that would be great. I mean, a great influence for other country, and that will be huge promote for women's rights, not only in baseball but also in different aspects of our life.
Yeah.
Well, what's really exciting next year for the World Cup and for the fact that it's in the U.S., not only will it be in Illinois, but Baseball for All's national tournament will be there as well. They're happening within the same time frame. So
how awesome.
Women's baseball is invading Rockford next year.
Love
it's going to be incredible.
Maybelle Blair, they're naming the stadium the Maybelle Blair Stadium. Yes. Are they going to be playing there? Which is awesome.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That just makes my heart happy.
She is awesome. Yeah.
She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's incredible. Yeah.
So I'm just curious. I know, Janet, the Braves, somebody sneezing? Someone sneezing. Anyway, bless you. I know the Braves are your team. Do you guys have favorite teams? Uh-oh, did I open up a can of worms?
I love my Bucks. They're not the best performing team in baseball, so unfortunately. But I have always rooted for the Tribe because I lived in Northeast Ohio for 20 years. So it's being in Pittsburgh now, is Bucks first and then Tribe.
Sorry to bring that up.
Well, I got a house divided because, my fiance is from the Boston area. So I can root for both. As long as we're not playing each other. Yeah.
That's funny. Greta, do you have a favorite team?
I think Greta might be frozen, and we might be hearing
she's frozen.
Is what I think. Yeah, I think she's frozen, and we're hearing. I think so.
Yeah.
Well, bless you, Greta.
Yep.
Greta's a baseball fan, but she does love her Braves because.
Oh, she's a Braves fan. Too.
With Florida, she's on the northern point of Florida, so I know she's a Braves fan, but
right on the cusp.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, but so Janet, you've also done some Cape League games, and so very local to us, right?
Yeah. So I've worked the NECBL. I've worked it 3 summers. I didn't work it this year, but I've had the opportunity to work more of the NECBL. Actually, got to work 1 Cape game. But what's cool with any of those games is it really takes you back to classic, like old school baseball. The players are walking around, they're selling raffle tickets for 50-50 drawings, and most of the games are played on high school fields, but the fans come out and they're rooting for their team, and
the hometown
it's really cool just to see that whole experience. And then the coaches come out, and the Cape game that I did in Orleans, coach comes out and And he said, "Oh my God, it's so great to see a woman out here." Because I was the first woman to work the league since Carrie Barber had worked it. And that was, 15 or so years ago. And I'm like, thank you. So they made me feel really welcome. And that was a big deal. Honestly, I don't think the players care that there's a woman out there. I don't think the coaches really care. What they want is a good umpire. They want somebody who knows where to move and somebody who knows the rules and know what to do. And for the most part, they've all been very welcoming. But that was definitely a really cool experience to have that, and just to know that those kids are coming from all over the country. And it's really cool when they announce that these kids are they're from Georgia Tech or from Vanderbilt or from Berkeley or wherever they're coming from, and they're playing these leagues in the New England area, and they're there to just hone their skills, improve their skills. And the Cape League has the highest number of players getting drafted from any summer college league.
Right.
And that's really cool to know. Wow, maybe I called his game and now he's playing in the pros. That's cool. A very cool thought. And just a great opportunity to be able to work that.
I guess one question that makes me think of, so I mean, you all women, you have definitely been at kind of that major league level, even if it hasn't been an MLB game. I mean, the players that you're watching, the baseball that you're seeing, it's very high level. And then when you watch the women, what's the biggest difference you see between the way women play ball and the way men play ball? Or is there zero difference at all?
Baseball at that level that is just incredible, that when you're watching and you're like, wow, did you just see her turn two on that? I mean, the skill level is extraordinary. I think across the board, maybe the women's game is a little bit slower in general, like respectively. So I think the pitchers are a little slower. The ball coming off the bat's a little slower, right? The bat velocity, the throws to first may be a little slower. The run to first base, the batter runner ready to first may be a little slower. But it never detracts from the actual skill level itself. You look at Sato, who's pitching for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Kelsey Whitmore, who's pitching for the Savannah Bananas.
I was going to bring up Kelsey.
I mean, the skill level's extraordinary.
She is.
I mean, her pitches are sick, and everyone knows that we don't have a female pitcher out there that is going to be blowing pitches at 97 miles an hour past these guys over and over. It just doesn't exist that way. Right. But a woman like Kelsey, I mean, the way she can master her breaking balls, the way
she can command her breaking ball is sick.
And it's incredible, And so we got to witness that firsthand. I mean, Sophiya, for sure, with her 3 World Cups, has seen this, and the rest of us got to witness it firsthand there at the PBL tryouts. I mean, the skill level was absolutely incredible, and the women are baseball players. You'll not see a woman out there who's a softball player who's I'm going to pick up a baseball this weekend. They are 100% eating, breathing, living, and looking like baseball players because they are.
Yeah. Right. Well, that was my thought, and I was just wondering if it was accurate. And I think that the speed, and it even happens, I think, in MLB, and it's why so many men are getting surgery when they're 22 because they've just thrown their fucking arms out. But it's not necessarily about the speed that we're so obsessed with hitting 100, 105. It's the skill, and the skill that you see with Kelsey Whitmore. I mean, even Olivia Bracciardo at Brown. Sorry. And now Monet Davis is back and signed with the Women's League. So I'm pumped to see her and how she's evolved as well. Because she went on to play softball unfortunately, after the Little League World Series. She couldn't go anywhere else. So it'll be interesting to see how she's doing after that.
I think what makes this league so interesting is that, these boys, these men who are in, whether it's single A, double A, triple A up to MLB, they've had those opportunities since they've been kids to play baseball. They get the training, they're playing high school, they're playing college. They don't have someone telling them, sorry, we don't want a boy on our team. But we have girls who want to play high school baseball, who want to play college baseball, and they're told, sorry, we don't want to have a girl on the team.
Right.
And so they feel forced to go to softball because they want to continue to play ball. So I think that's going to be, a really positive change, because maybe it's time for people to sit up and take notice that these girls, this is a game we all love. Baseball is not just for boys. It's not just for men, you know? So I think that this is going to be a great opportunity for the women to, just really show out and say, look, we're capable. We may not be able to throw 99 like you, but you know what? I can throw a slurve. I can throw a slider. I can throw a curveball. I can throw the off-speed pitch that will have you spinning in the box.
Right. Well, do you know the statistic, Janet? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know the statistic that seven out of 10 men think that they could get a point on Serena Williams. So so I just don't argue. I'm like, okay, buddy, you could absolutely hit Kelsey. You're absolutely, it's cute. I love that for you, because there's no point. You think you can, you can't get a point on Serena. Stop it. But they do. 7 out of 10. It just blows my mind. That's what we're dealing with. That's the level of genius we're dealing with.
Right.
Should we do our umpire questions, guys?
Sure.
Hey, as you've been running the show, I'm just sitting back enjoying it.
I have not. I'm the UIC tonight, boys.
We're outnumbered. We're outnumbered this episode.
I know.
I usually get my little 5-minute Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend segment. So when I booked you ladies, I was so excited that we were going to do this. So we had some umpire questions for you, just purely umpire questions. What is your ejection count? You had to bring up the counter, Dan.
We have an ejection counter.
This is my favorite.
Here. So we have four between the three of us, and 4 of them are Matt's.
Yeah, none of them are mine or Dan's.
We don't keep track.
You don't keep track.
Well, that many.
Welcome to the club.
So they teach you at school that the only ejection you ever regret is the one you don't get. But honestly, I'll say this real quick. I have 3 favorites. The first one I ever ejected was a grandma. True story. It was like a little kid, like a 5-6-year-old game, and she was losing her mind and cussing out my 16, 17-year-old partner that I was training. And then I've ejected 2 varsity coaches. One told me that anyone who wore a sports bra did not belong on a baseball field.
Oh, boy.
And then I had another coach who told me that anybody who wore nail polish did not belong on the baseball field. And I looked at him, and it was funny because the opposing team's catcher, Corey, was committed to UGA the next year, and he had the bright neon nail polish.
What catcher doesn't wear bright yellow nail polish?
Right. And I said, "Oh, you don't think so?" He goes, "No, absolutely not." So I had the other catcher hold up his hand, and I said, "You want to tell Corey he can't be here? Because he's committed to UGA next year. And by the way, you're gone."
That's
good for
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
But but we can't keep track.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think, because you hear these guys saying these comments like we talked about earlier, but I was like, would they actually say them in person? And to know that there are some clearly coaches that would say those things in person, it's just pathetic.
They're ballsy.
Yeah. Janet's right. We regret most the ones that we didn't eject. And the ones that were ejected, we don't say that we ejected them. They earned their ejection. They ejected themselves.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah.
So it sounds like your counter is much higher than
Yes.
ours.
Yes. What do each of you think is the most necessary skill for an umpire to master?
Oh boy.
I bet they all say the same.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yep.
Go ahead, ladies.
We asked this question to a lot of people, and I would say 9 out of 10 say the exact same thing.
Can you only
Go ahead, Greta.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say being coachability.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, that is a good one.
That's what I'm looking for. When I teach, and I teach for Level Ump and Ref Masters, and I used to teach for the Wounded Warrior Umpire Academy. Being coachable, right? Like, if I tell you how to do something and you're like, oh, that's not how I do it, or like, no, just try it in front of me, you know, like once. I don't care if you do that. But coachability, massive thing. I can take anybody off the street and turn them into an umpire if they're coachable.
That's a challenge.
I think I would gotta have a mental toughness.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we come in all shapes and sizes. So I'm not saying someone has to be like the most physically fit person you've ever seen or anything like that, but I think it's a mental toughness because, you know, coaches dog on us, players dog on us, parents are dogging on us. But, you know, aside from that, we critique ourselves more than they do because I know these ladies would do it as well. I come home and I watch a game. I had a playoff game last year for high school, and the coach I was a crew chief, and the coach accused us of missing 8 calls, and I knew we didn't. And he was like, he got restricted to the dugout, but you know, he was like, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this. But I came home and I found the game on the Federation Network, and I watched it.
Watched the whole thing.
And we didn't miss a one, not a single one.
I love it.
But if I was a person who didn't, if I was a person who didn't care, I mean, screw it. He's a coach he's mad because he lost.
And there are plenty of umpires
but I wanted
that
to know,
don't care.
You know. Yeah, but I'm that person who cares. But I think you have to have that mental toughness in order to go out there and do this game after game.
No, I think that is a very good one to say. Yeah.
We're the same way. We're the same exact way.
Did you count to see how many mistakes that coach made during the course of the game?
Let's just say it was a possible 3-game series, and he scored 4 runs in 2 games. So I'll just leave it at that.
We just leave that, yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, Sophiya, what are your thoughts? The skill that every umpire should master.
I think the patient to love the game, stay in the game, because you know every day. I mean, every game we have to face a failure when we want to play, and people none of them will, half of them will dissatisfied with your call. So this is kind of miserable job, you know. Nobody gonna satisfied with you, but you have to do it. You have to do it, and you have to see your value. So, you have to know it's also a responsibility. And I always say I love baseball so much. So it is the way I contribute to what I love. So being patient, I think that is very important for me. Yeah.
Angie, you remember the first thing Tom Clue said to us when we started taking the class? He looked around. He's like, "You're all idiots."
Oh yeah, he did.
For being here.
Yeah. That was the best. Yeah, I'm like, yes, we are.
Yeah, we like punishment, but it's fun.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot to talk about after, you know. Yes. Okay. Oh, Kelly, you didn't answer, did you? I didn't hear yours.
Not yet.
I'm trying to decide between determination and passion. I think I'm going to go with passion because I think for the most part, the vast majority of umpires get into officiating because of that passion. It's that bug that bites. And, you know, as you continue to, you know, put your nose to the grindstone and keep working to get better, you have to have that passion just driving you to reach your goals and to get where you want. And, you know, I'm sure that maybe some of the answers you've received from other umpires would be something like thick skin, right? You have to have thick skin, right? But I think when I look back at that, and I think, you know, but that thick skin falls under my passion for the game. If I want to get better, if I want to continue to work baseball, if I want to just, you know, respect the integrity of the sport, then I've got to have that passion, and everything falls under that then. Everything I'm learning, I have to absorb it and embrace it and then carry it out on a ball field. So I'm going with passion.
Okay. Those are some good answers.
What's surprising about all your answers is that they're much more in depth than the answers we got from the majority of men. They're all they're all traits that are innate. That if I'm not going to be able to do anything for you if you don't hustle, if you don't have that passion, if you don't have that work ability and that coach ability to want to get better, then I'm not going to be able to help you. See, most of the answers we get from our male colleagues is you got to have timing. It's all about timing. Yeah, you're talking about what I need to do in the moment. You guys are talking about that deep down core. What's in your heart? Is your heart going to motivate you to want to get better? And that's what I found interesting, to be honest.
Yeah. And I would agree with the passion and the determination, and that it is wrapped up into that thick skin, because if you don't have the passion, if you don't have the determination, you're not going to be willing to build that up with all the scabs that it takes to get there. So I think, you ladies are all, years and decades into this field. I'm only my second. So I've been building up that thick skin, and it is very difficult some games to continue that layer. But to your point, Kelly, right? If I didn't love the game, if I didn't have passion, I would have been out, 3 games in. I would have been like, I'm good. This was fun. I now have $500 worth of gear that's going to sit in my trunk that I'm never going to use. So I absolutely agree with those.
Yeah, I think we all have our moments where we're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think we had our bucket. So you ladies have had some pretty great experiences thus far, but is there anything left on the bucket list for games you would like to umpire?
Yeah, I want to umpire World Cup next year.
Awesome.
Talk to Sophiya.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too.
Right.
I hope I can get assignment again.
Can you get assignment
World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so that's the big game on the list. So, and then what is the steps that go towards that? Because it feels like, you guys know Sophiya, so I feel like that something can happen there, right?
She's got pull.
Yeah. Right. What are the steps that it takes to get up there?
Be as good as Sophiya.
Right.
But do you get called, or do you have to kind of is it like a tryout situation for that, or they find you, kind of one of those deals, I guess?
You mean a World Cup?
Yeah.
Actually, at the beginning, I checked the WBSC website for the umpire clinic, and I pay myself for the clinic, and I let them to see me, and I tell the chief umpire, I think I'm okay. He asked me, how come I never see you umpire the World Cup? I said, give me the opportunity. I'll be there.
Call them out.
I got that one. Yeah, just give me the opportunity. Yeah.
It really feels like the clinics are the way to get visible. Is that right?
Yes.
Like, that's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Like, if you go to a clinic, that's how you get your visibility. Yeah. Amazing. Okay.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense too, I guess. Yeah.
Kelly, I'm watching highlights of the 2019 Little League World Series championship game.
Yeah.
You made a fantastic call. I don't know if you remember, this was a foul. There was a hit down third baseline. I was like, that was definitely foul. And you called it fair. And sure enough, the replay, it was like right on the chalk. I was like, wow, she got me.
She's good.
Yeah, she's clearly very good. All of you are.
Thank you.
And we thank you guys so much for being here. We're at the 2-hour mark. We've taken up a lot of your time.
This has been a treat.
But this is awesome.
Yeah,
it's not often that we're outnumbered, that me and Matt are outnumbered.
No. How does it feel? Yeah, how does it feel?
I love it. I love it.
I love it too. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are. Well, that's why you guys are my friends, because you're good dudes.
I
have one, not question, but just a request. Can any of you please send me where you get your plate shoes? Because I have been without plate shoes for 2 years because they don't fit me.
Apparently,
well, that's what. Yeah. Isn't that what Greta said? You said Japan. I think that's the only place I'm going to be able to get them.
Yeah. Mizuno's.
Send you that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mizuno's. We'll send you that link. For
Yeah, I would love
Japan.
that. I just wear my base shoes and pray.
Oh no, we're gonna get you some. We're gonna get you some.
Yeah, I mean they do have a bit of like a hardened toe, but they're not plate shoes. I've been hit a couple times and it hurts, but they don't.
Get you protected.
I've looked everywhere and I just cannot find plate shoes that fit me.
So you guys will love this one. I still use my
umpire.
I still use my catcher's
We'll get you some
pads.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I know.
Dangerous.
Yeah, Dan, that's just dumb. You have no excuse. You have gear that can fit you. I lent you mine, my Force 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Force 3. I'm gonna get.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. And thanks for having us. It's been fun.
Yes, thank you, ladies, so much. We're so excited to watch what happens and to watch what other jobs you guys get. I'm sure we're gonna see you, so that's so exciting. We had you.
Thank you again. It's been an honor to be here.
Thanks for helping us test the technology. We've never had this many people on the show. So.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Good night, ladies. Take care. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And Janet, are you coming to the 100 innings?
Yes.
You are?
Welcome? Really?
I told you.
Woo!
That's awesome. So exciting.
You're gonna be in Boston?
Actually, right now he's in the kitchen, but yeah, I'll be up there.
Are you gonna ump?
Awesome.
Are you gonna ump with us?
I think so.
You are?
I'm not bringing my. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, did you sign up with Walter yet? Are you already on the list?
We can let him know.
No, but I think Paul and Ed were going to.
We'll put you on. Okay, Ed will handle it. Okay, we'll get you on there. It's awesome.
Oh, Ed Odell. So Ed knows your husband.
Fiance.
Yeah,
Fiance.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yep.
Wow, we're all connected.
Small world.
Small world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, I did tell Dan all of this, Janet. He just doesn't remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dan, I told you all of this.
I've been hit too many times with foul balls in the mask.
I hear you. Too much champagne for Danny this
year. No more champagne for Danny. Yeah. Have a wonderful night. Sophiya, thank you so much for joining us from Taiwan. Thank you.
Monday.
Go back to bed. Bye,
good night. Thank you so much.
Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Bye.
Hope it was as fun for you.
It was fun for me.
Great job.
Yeah, nice job, Edge.
How awesome are those ladies? But also, and I know you guys read their CVs, but like, holy shit, the experience amongst the four of them is bananas.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, each one of them is just so experienced.
And what they've already done, Nationals Park, PNC Park. Come on.
I mean, Kelly was the UIC for the Little League World Series. I mean, that's huge. And then Savannah Bananas, and then doing this game at National Park. I mean, these ladies are just so awesome. So I'm excited to watch and see what happens, and we can say we had them on.
Yeah, right.
we knew them when. And then Dan, the champion.
I'm gonna go to bed with this thing.
Dude, you should, but just make sure you cover those spiky parts with something. You don't want to wake up with some like injury from it.
Yeah. God. Yeah, good stuff. Did you see me celebrating, by the way, on the live stream? I went a little crazy.
Did you know I fell asleep? I fell asleep with my phone in my hand watching the game and then the Red Sox game on TV. So I didn't make it till the very end.
Yeah. So I was surprised nobody had brought champagne, but I guess I missed a couple bottles that were open, but then I brought like 5 more and made sure to celebrate. Again, I've seen so many teams do it over the years. Like I even brought champagne for one of Gibbs championship, a couple of Gibbs championships. So it was nice to be on the other side.
So now it was your turn, Dan.
Yep.
We're so excited for you.
Yeah, we are, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, really, you deserved it, man. And those games were not easy games. I mean, those were nail biters. They were and then I was going to ask you at the beginning. So Curtis was the ump behind the plate. How did he do? I mean, from what I watched, he was awesome. I love the way he hustles behind the dish.
Oh my, yeah, we were talking about that. Like
There were a couple of plays. There was a couple of plays. There was one like a bunt up along the maybe a chopper, a slow chopper up along the third baseline. But seeing him go up and after the ball,
he hustles.
back,
yeah.
There was a play in the gap where like he had to go and cover third base, but the kid kept coming to the plate. But seeing him coming to the plate and then to look at the replay and look at the call. Looked like he got a bang call right. The other team obviously disagreed, but on the slide,
of course,
how the kid went. There was another play where there was some conflict where he had to talk to we'll say this batter who disagreed with strike 3, and they had some chipping back and forth. And Curtis was, he did exactly what he told us and what he was.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when I got to watch him at that Northeastern game, it was just he moved in a way that I hadn't seen umpires move before.
That's my partners are,
and so seeing how you're supposed to do it was so crazy. And so then watching a game, even on the phone, I was just like, holy shit, yeah, like that guy's legit. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I would feel like comfortable. Right. And I get it. And I mean, I get it from the player's perspective too, right? You feel so much more comfortable when it's a good ump behind the plate.
Oh, yeah.
Not somebody where you're like, how's this going to go? Because even if you're pissed off at a call that he made, you know what? He's probably right. So I'm not going to go like.
Yeah. And if you see an umpire hustling, like, that right away, this ump's legit. Yeah.
Right.
And Carl was on the bases too.
And then Carl was on the bases, right? So you guys had, not only did you have like an awesome ump crew for that game, but they have been solid games. They've been good. The pitching has been out of this world, especially this late in the season.
Yeah, I think that's why both teams were there on the Expos. Great pitching.
I think so too.
Yeah, great pitching.
Pitching and defense wins
championships. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Any league.
But both pitchers just painted those corners. Both pitchers were just not leaving the corners alone. So, and I imagine as an umpire, that's got to be really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he got most of the calls right, to be honest with you. When we were at Trump, there was only one call that I was like, and it was Carl behind the dish, where I was like, oh. But 1 out of a million where honestly, they were all corners.
Yep.
Those ones are hard. Those ones scare me at that level.
Yeah. So, Ange, you got anything for your Diamonds or? I'm just kidding.
This whole
episode. Jinx.
Yeah. But going back to the episode, it's crazy how a couple that their journey is the same. Like I felt like I was talking to you when Janet was speaking. She was a catcher and she wanted to play baseball growing up, and she kept getting denied because she was a girl, and so it was crazy how much it related to your story.
Well, and because I go ahead, but
I was just going to say, and they took advantage of the opportunities that got presented to them right away, right? Like you did when Curtis asked you to play there. Go take that opportunity. Don't think about anything else. Go say, I deserve this. I'm going to go work my ass off and do the best I can.
Yeah, no, and I think that, as women, like we don't really have another choice because those opportunities don't come as often. So you have to kind of grab it as it comes, So there's but you know what, though? It's not, I know it sucks, right? But it's also, it is the way it is. I'm not going to change the system unless I am a part of the system that changes it. So I have to get into the system first. You know what I mean? Just like those ladies. And they've been doing it for decades. I mean, again, the experience that they have amongst themselves is something I will never get to. And it's okay.
Had a full-on resume.
Oh, Sophiya, but so, I mean, they all did. I mean, and Kelly's, I mean, are you kidding? I'm almost like speechless as how much experience they've had more experience than any guest we've had on so far. And as a crew, and we've had some amazing ones. It just so happens that they were, again, we're on this Women in Blue Facebook page. And it's funny because I think it was Ed who told me, hey, this woman, Janet, she had told me about Janet years ago, I think doing maybe a year or two ago when we were at the 100 innings game. And he's like, I got to hook you up with Janet. And then found the Women in Blue page and have been kind of chatting. And they're no joke either. Like I will ask questions and it's not like oh, you could have done this. It's like very direct feedback. Like, nope, that's not how it works. Nope. And it's good to see that that's how it is there too, because we do have to hold ourselves to the standard of work ethic and work hard. And, I think that they just embodied what that was without necessarily kind of being able to gloat the same way, because it's different. The stairway for a woman is a little bit slippier. You know what I mean? It's a little bit greasier, whereas I think men get like side rails.
Sure. No, I get that.
So Ed Odell says we're working at 3 to 5, and then his crew starts at 5 to 7, including Paul, I believe.
Okay.
Who is Janet's fiance, I assume?
Paul, I think, is Janet's fiance. Yeah.
Cool.
Who's
awesome.
also an umpire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That's gonna be fun. That's next weekend, right? 100 innings.
That is next weekend. Are you guys ready for it? I am not.
And of course, the weather's gonna cool down. Can't we just one time?
It is gonna just one
get
time.
a day like this? Like, why can't it be like this next weekend?
And it was supposed to be. For a little while, it was like looking like that's what it was going to be, and then it was not.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun.
What
It'll be
is it looking
cold.
like?
We all
degrees?
know.
60.
Yeah. I think it's like 60, and then it's going to go down to like 40, 44.
Yeah.
It's
So
usually
I heard,
that weekend where everything kind of turns. So
I heard someone's bringing a camper this year.
Shut up. Who is bringing
Mike
a
Soul,
camper?
I think, is bringing a camper, I heard.
Oh, but is he on the third base side?
Yes,
I mean, this is the first. Yeah, he's on the first
unfortunately,
base side.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
first
a
base
grill and all that stuff like they did last year.
Yeah.
But this will be the
well,
first
we're
year with
bringing.
the camper.
I'm sure we'll have a grill. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
remember
The
we did
camper's
this?
crazy.
All we had was a grill. We literally like slept
all we
on the
had
grill
was
to
a
keep warm.
charcoal grill. That was
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now
the first time
had a trash can.
Oh, the first time Zach and I did it, we just had chairs and a cooler.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have a grill. Like, but now we've learned. So we're gonna have some heated things this year, and we're we'll just be cold again. It's okay.
We gotta match the third base side. I'm at first base side's setup.
I know they always have a setup every year. That's like pretty dope.
A camper. I mean, that's
camper. But where are you gonna put it though? Where are you gonna park it?
Right field. I don't know.
Yeah, like what?
Nobody hits it that deep anyway.
I mean,
I know, it's so funny.
There's plenty of room in that parking lot.
Oh yeah, just don't. I'm not getting my car smashed, my windshield smashed again.
No,
That's
you have to
not
park
happening.
far away.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I was
So
talking to Steve Robb about that.
Gonna live stream any of it?
Yeah,
Oh, we should.
probably. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But next week
guys.
we got Teddy Juba. We've all been pronouncing his last name incorrectly.
Wait, no,
for all
next
these
week
years.
is the 100 innings. Are we going to be able to do I'm going to be dead next week.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
Yeah. Next week is 100
innings. We should do it from the 100 innings.
I mean, we could.
That would be fun.
Well, no, Sunday night. We'll be home Sunday night. You want to do it Saturday night? I'm just saying I'm going to be asleep.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Shit.
So we can figure it out and maybe do Monday. Yeah, we could do Monday because Monday's a holiday. We could do Monday.
All right, let me ask. I'll ask him because I
see if we can do it because
I forgot about that. All right.
There's no way. Kevin O'Leary says because we're awesome.
We're awesome.
Yeah, you guys are.
Hey D, just by chance, isn't Teddy number 22 by chance?
Oh my God.
Wait, is he?
Stop it. Is Zuba 22?
I think he is. I'm gonna look that up.
And I feel like Gibby would know. Gibby knows jerseys.
I usually do too. Wait, I mean, I have a picture. Hold on. I just and congrats to Teddy, double MVP, also Hall of Fame this year. We got a lot to talk about with him. He's the rehab catcher.
Won a
for the Red
championship.
Won a championship with the Bulls. He's also into baseball card collections, and there's a lot to talk about, and I'll see if he can do the Monday. Maybe you might be right. 22.
That would be awesome.
Ironic, huh? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking if this was episode 23, that would have been cool because that's the number of years I waited to win the title. Oh, you can't see his jersey number on the picture.
Shoot him attack.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Leary says we should do it Saturday at the game. It's a possibility.
Maybe.
Try. At least film a couple segments.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do that. Yeah, for sure. We should definitely do something like that.
Do we have gonna be there, but we can bring him in remotely.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we should also get do we have GoPro? We should get a GoPro and do one inning.
Yeah, I did the mic'd up thing. We could do that.
Yeah.
I want to get Cop to bring his drone.
Umpiring, with the GoPro or something. That's the time to do.
That would be cool.
Well,
yeah,
let's see. We got a week to figure it out.
We got a week. Let's see what we can find on Amazon or something, because that would be awesome.
I've already bought every product you can possibly imagine this week trying to get this mic to work, so I might have it already.
All right. Well, if you don't, I will look for it. But guys, what an episode! Thank you so much for allowing me to have the ladies on.
Yeah,
I mean, not allowing me, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Having the ladies on.
It's good to know you're not the only female umpire out there, because.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, and looking at them, I have a lot to learn and a lot of grace and thanks to them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just expanding the family, Ange. Come on.
Yep, totally. But I think that, they, when I first started to come up, I mean, 2 years ago, but there were guys who knew Janet, and I wasn't the first one. They knew Janet. So they already knew that there was this awesome female umpire. So it wasn't the first one trailblazing, right? I didn't get the shit that other women I think get, especially when they're the first ones to try it, which we didn't really get into with them. But I have to be honest with you. I think as a woman myself, sometimes it gets tiring to talk about that over and over again. You just want to be seen as an umpire and not a woman first. So I did want to get into it more, but I feel like that wasn't for tonight.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be.
Yeah.
No, they're so talented.
Yep. No, it was good. It was good. Patriots down 10-6, by the way.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, guys. It is Sunday. It is nighttime. I have to go to bed. I have
another
work
short
in the morning.
episode in the books.
We'll be going to bed. We'll be going to bed soon too.
Yeah, you better cover that in Play-Doh or something.
Right.
You're gonna have no eye on Saturday.
Right.
It's
I got a queen size bed. It's big enough.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, Patriots touchdown.
Oh shoot.
Nice. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later. What a show.
See you next week. Sunday, Monday, whatever. Happy Sunday.
We'll figure it out.
21.
21 in the book.
Good one in the books.
Good night.
Peace.